Hey everyone, this is High Priestess Demari, and I do have a message. This is something that I received some days ago, and now I'm finally speaking on it. The message I got from the divine is this: the reckoning is here. Things are not what they appear on the surface. Whilst things may seem eerily quiet, I do feel like there is a quiet storm rolling in. Things are extremely loud in the background, okay? So don't let, this false sense of stillness fool you. What we're now experiencing is the true transition between the age of Pisces and that of Aquarius, okay? I feel like we're in the very early stages of that. And so there has been the shattering of illusions. Their mask has been ripped off. The veil has been lifted. And so now things as they really are coming into full view. So what does that mean? What is happening on a socio-economic, political level? Well, if you've been on social media, if you've been seeing some of the content that's being posted, or should I say a lot of the stuff that's being posted right now, we can see that a lot of celebrities, okay, in whatever industry and arena, these celebrities, these public figures are losing all social influence and credibility. Their true selves are coming to the forefront. And so they are losing their fan base. They're losing their social leverage, okay? We're also seeing the wealthy are not as wealthy as they once were or as they appear. There are, in fact, in massive debt, okay? They have massively contributed to the global debt, okay, and things being so strained economically. Their offshore accounts and their sources of income are now being heavily investigated because a lot of those who belong in the 1% bracket are being found to be tied into some very nefarious underground black market operations. And so their ties and connections are now under intense scrutiny. So they no longer have access to the resources that they once have, especially whilst their accounts and their associates are being detained, their accounts are being frozen, and they're in the hot seat, which of course they're having a meltdown over. We now have institutions, businesses, large corporations that are now breaking apart at the very seams, the very foundations, from the bottom to the top. Is now falling apart, okay? A lot of these institutions are losing contracts. They're losing money by the day, but they would never let you see this until the very last moment. We have banks, okay, that are no longer receiving bailouts from the government. Why? Because the governments no longer have the support of the people. And people are getting sick of the increased taxes, only for it to disappear in a black hole. And so governments are under intense scrutiny. They are now having to deal with some pushback. They're now having to restructure in a lot of places. Then we have the fake and infernal royalty of the world, who are being stripped of their titles, their privileges, and their generational blessings. Because whilst having everything handed on a silver plate, they still choose to find ways to scam, scheme, manipulate, and abuse their position. They're also part of some very dark and secretive orders, as many of the above, okay? And so all of their heinous deeds are now resulting in some very strong consequences. And so as all of these individuals and these institutions fall apart, there is a lot of backbiting, there's a lot of bickering, there's a lot of finger pointing, there's a lot of blaming, shaming, okay? People are trying to pass the buck. People don't want to take responsibility for the part they played in the mess that they have created. But they cannot escape the inevitable. That the reckoning is here and the tower is falling in real time. The hegemony, otherwise could be described as the global socio-economic and political governance, right, of modern times, this modern era, is being absolutely decimated. And so people are scrambling to not only carry out damage control, that's one thing, but they're also scrambling to regain control over the system. These are people that were quite happily, comfortably, and quietly, secretively managing things from the background, okay, unseen. But right now, because of this, there's a lot of implosions taking place. And I do feel like, you know, there has been some pushback, as we discussed. Unfortunately, there are some acts of desperation, psychotic breaks, okay, retaliations that are taking place. But I feel like any impact that was meant to be had on the general populace, that has been diminished significantly, okay? So whatever they had in store is not hitting the public as they had intended. In fact, what is actually happening is that people that are in positions where they need support, where they need help, where they need opportunity, are being given a leg up. They're being given support. They're finding new opportunities in ways through individuals that they never imagined that they would receive support. Everything that was taken from the collective is being restored gradually. And so if you were a victim of circumstance, if you were one of the people that was exploited by any of the above in order to keep the hierarchical structure going, to keep these people in their comfortable seats, you are going to be blessed. You are going to be given opportunities to explore your talents, your passions, the work you want to carry out. You'll be given what was taken from you, and then some, okay? You'll find new opportunities for collaboration, okay, to form new communities, right? To tackle these pressing issues, right, on a communal basis. There'll be new relationships that are forged. And so whilst there is destruction, it is making way for a new beginning. So the best thing we can do is embrace it wholeheartedly. So thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon.